Thanks for tuning in to Bella Within, a sacred space where feminine wellness meets the healing wisdom of your soul. I'm Anya Bella, a devoted guide and educator in feminine wellness, here to walk with you as you reconnect with your body, restore hormonal harmony, and return to the truth of who you are from the inside out. Do you ever wake up feeling exhausted, even after what seemed like a full night of sleep? I know often I do. Here's the secret. It's not just about the number of hours you're laying in bed. The quality of your sleep can completely shift your hormones, impacting your mood, energy, metabolism, and even those stubborn acne breakouts. Today's mantra is I have the power to create the life I desire. Welcome to Bella Within, where we explore the connection between women's health and overall wellness. This is the first episode of the Happy Hormone series. I'm Anya Bella, and today we're talking about something we all need but often struggle with: sleep. In this episode, I'll break down exactly how sleep impacts your hormones, the signs your body might be out of balance, and simple steps you can take to start sleeping better tonight. In addition to that, I will be answering the controversial question whether or not women need more sleep than men. What do you think? If you have any thoughts on that, don't worry, we'll learn more about that later in this episode. So, if you've ever wondered why your sleep feels off, or why your body isn't responding the way you want, it might be time to look at the powerful intersection between sleep and hormones. This topic really resonates with me as someone who is classified as a bad sleeper and has always struggled to fall asleep and stay asleep. I encourage you to have a notebook and pen ready because this is going to be very informative, and I definitely learned a few things while researching this topic and hope you do as well. Let's get into it. Part 1: How does sleep impact your hormones? Disclaimer: this part includes scientific terms and medical journals, which I have tried to simplify into common terms so that the average person listening to this can understand. If you have questions, you can always reach out to me. Medical journals and sources used will be found in the description. One of the questions I had that inspired my research is to discover the behind the scenes of what really happens within our bodies when we don't get enough sleep at night. We already know the obvious physical symptoms such as fatigue and cognitive impairment, but does it just stop there? According to an article published by the National Library of Medicine titled The Impact of Sleep and Circadian Disturbance on Hormones and Metabolism, written by Kim and his fellow associates, state, sleep regulates our hormonal rhythms in our body. Several hormones, such as the growth hormone, sometimes abbreviated by GH, cortisol hormone, which is also known as our stress hormone, and melatonin, are all aligned within our circadian rhythm. By the way, melatonin actually occurs naturally in our bodies. You don't need that viral melatonin gummy to produce it like some vitamin companies lead on. Now let's break down what the circadian rhythm is. The circadian rhythm is similar to an internal clock for our bodies. Circadian is Latin and refers to around the day. It tells us when it's time to go to sleep at night and when it's time to wake up in the morning. Newborn babies are notoriously known for being erratic sleepers, and this is due to the fact they have not yet developed their circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is often influenced by daylight and artificial lights. This image on the screen is a simplified version of the circadian rhythm that I created, making it easy for viewers to follow along, and if you want to see a more advanced version, I recommend Googling images for circadian rhythm. Let's give our model a name. We can call her Bella. Bella goes to bed at 10 p.m. every night and wakes up at about 7 a.m. every morning. This is quite impressive. Bella achieves 9 hours of sleep every night, making her circadian rhythm consistently regulated. When our circadian rhythm is functioning properly, which means for adults we are getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night, and yes, as I mentioned before, we will be exploring whether or not 7 to 9 hours is an accurate guideline for women to follow or if women need even more sleep towards the end of this video. But for now, let's pretend that this guideline is accurate. So, what's going on while we're sleeping? The growth hormone, also known as GH, peaks during the deep, sometimes known as slow wave sleep. This is the deepest stage of non-rapid eye movement sleep. As the name suggests, the GH hormone assists in muscle growth, cell repair, and fat metabolism. Poor sleep will negatively decrease the growth hormone, resulting in a slower recovery rate. Muscles are not growing to their full potential. Our cells are repairing slower. We are recovering from illnesses slower. A slowed fat metabolism results in unnecessary weight gain and can lead to other health issues. So, yes, while you might be going to the gym, if you aren't sleeping at night, your body's fat metabolism is disrupted, making it harder for you to lose that unwanted body fat. Make those gains matter while you're at the gym by getting enough night's sleep. Cortisol levels drop at night and rise in the morning to help prepare the body to wake up. This means as we're preparing to go to sleep, we should be feeling very relaxed and not stressed. In the morning, we might feel a little stressed, but not bad stress, actually eustress, which is good stress to help our body wake up and actually get out of bed. Inadequate sleep, though, at night can result in high levels of cortisol, also known as stress, which can lead to chronic stress, weight gain, and a more difficult time at fighting off infections. Melatonin actually controls our sleep-wake cycles. It peaks during the night and decreases during the morning. Exposure to artificial light or an irregular sleep schedule decreases the melatonin being released into your body. When melatonin is decreased, the circadian rhythm, also known as internal clock, is imbalanced, and your overall sleep quality is negatively impacted. I know I'm so guilty of falling asleep with my nightlight on sometimes, more often than I'd like to actually admit, but sleep is so important to so many of our hormones inside our bodies that it doesn't just stop there. Additionally, appetite regulating hormones, reproductive hormones, and metabolic hormones are affected by sleep as well. Appetite regulating hormones control our feelings of hunger and being full. There are two appetite regulating hormones which we will discover called leptin and ghrelin. Leptin is our satisfactory hormone in terms of food. It will signal to the body fullness, which helps us from overeating. Lack of sleep can equal reduced leptin levels, which means our bodies still feel hungry even if we have eaten enough. Now, ghrelin. This is our hunger hormone. It stimulates appetite cravings, especially in foods high in sugar and carbs. Ghrelin is increased when a lack of sleep is occurring, which also results in us overeating. Did you know that our struggling sleeper friends are consuming an additional 300 to 500 calories on average, suggested by various research studies? Metabolic hormones, which are similar to appetite hormones, but instead consist of the actual process of turning our food into energy. Long-term effects of poor sleep do harm to these metabolic hormones, which can include insulin resistance and an increase of fat stored in our bodies. This can actually increase our risk of type 2 diabetes and higher levels of blood sugar in our bodies. Who would have thought that sleep can also affect our reproductive hormones? Remember when mom or grandma nagged at you to get off that phone and other electronics before going to sleep? Well, you might want to listen to her next time because blue light actually suppresses melatonin, which can interfere with the quality of eggs during your ovulation. This can increase infertility in women. Overall, sleep can influence estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone in women. Women with irregular sleep schedules can have menstrual disturbances and be more at risk for infertility. Ladies, you might want to share this with your spouse or a special man in your life. Studies have found men with poor sleep have less testosterone, which may also be linked to some fertility challenges in couples. Lastly, this is really important and I want to bring it to your attention. Quantity of sleep does not equal quality of sleep. This goes back to that internal clock or circadian rhythm that I mentioned before. People who are misaligned between their internal clock and sleep schedules, although maybe getting minimum sufficient hours of sleep, are still prone to health risk that we discussed. Those health risks were increased cortisol and ghrelin levels, reduced melatonin and leptin, higher risk for insulin resistance disorders like diabetes, obesity, and hormonal imbalances. Oftentimes, these people are students, shift workers, usually night shift workers, other people with irregular schedules. I myself am a college student, and the stereotype of college students not sleeping is very real from personal experiences. Part 2, the signs your body might be out of balance. Disclaimer: I am not a medical practitioner, therefore, this information is not intended to diagnose you for any medical condition. I am a public health educator, and this information is intended to spread awareness. Any medical concern should be followed up with your primary care provider or other licensed medical professional. Let's refresh what we learned from part 1. Quality of sleep equals balanced hormones, healthy metabolism, stable energy, and better mood. Inadequate sleep equals hormonal disruption, increased hunger, stress, weight gain, and risk for developing chronic diseases. Some symptoms of circadian rhythm disorder are trouble falling asleep, also known as insomnia, difficulty staying asleep, trouble falling back asleep during the middle of the night or early in the morning, waking up earlier than you want or plan, trouble waking up or unpredictable wake up times, sleepiness during the day, also known as hypersomnia, taking naps during the daytime, fatigue, headaches, depression, irritability, and other issues. Now that we understand some symptoms of circadian rhythm disorder, let's review some different types of circadian rhythm disorders. So, first, there's jet lag disorder. These are people who travel to different time zones. Shift work sleep disorder, usually prone to night shift workers. Delayed sleep wake phase disorder. This is when the time you're going to sleep and waking up is later than the average person, often seen in teenagers and college students. Advanced sleep wake disorder, which is the opposite of delayed. You go to bed earlier and wake earlier than the average person. Irregular sleep disorder, which is when sleep and wake occurs at random, unpredicted times with disorganized intervals. This is usually people with dementia or other degenerative brain diseases. Non 24-hour sleep wake rhythm disorder is when your circadian rhythm is predictable but isn't 24 hours like the majority of people. It is either longer than 24 hours or shorter. Part 3, simple steps you can take to start sleeping better tonight. The simple answer is, for 1, to build your bedtime routine, 2, recognize light exposure at different times of the day, and 3, refrain from negative lifestyle factors that can disrupt your sleep, such as avoiding caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine before bed. Also, you're gonna want to avoid eating heavy meals right before sleeping because our bodies just aren't designed to be digesting while we're asleep. Things to consider for building a bedtime routine: create a fixed bedtime and wake up time. Incorporate a wind down period to help the transition from wakefulness to sleep. This should range from 30 minutes to an hour before you want to be asleep. Make your bed comfortable. Invest in those nice pillows, adding a mattress topper, and other accessories. Consider the temperature of your bedroom. 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit has been suggested by scientists for optimal sleep. Recognize light exposure. Blackout curtains may enhance your quality of sleep. Avoid electronic devices like phones, tablets, and computers in the bedroom. We learned from earlier that blue light does interfere with melatonin production. Focus on calming activities before bed. Some of these can include a warm bath or shower. Increasing body temperature can promote feelings of sleepiness. Reading, aromatherapy, good calming scents I suggest are lavender and eucalyptus. Journaling and writing, meditation or breathing exercises, stretching or restorative yoga, which I absolutely love restorative yoga, white noise, or other calming music. Let's finally answer the question, do women need more sleep than men? Research on this topic is limited, but various studies have found strong arguments for why women need more sleep than men at night. Women are 40% more likely to experience insomnia and more prone to poor sleep due to chronic pain. The Women's Brain Health Initiative has published a blog supporting the claim that women do need more sleep than men. This evidence is based on the differences between a woman's brain and a man's brain. As many of us know, women are natural overthinkers, and because of this, our brains are typically more active than men's. Sleep is what allows the brain to rest and recover, making it essential for women to sleep for longer periods. According to the Cleveland Clinic, women need more sleep than men due to fluctuating hormones and higher rates of depression and anxiety among women. Menopause affects sleep in several ways, like how much time your body stays in deep sleep. Pregnancy, breastfeeding, premenopause, and women with a menstrual cycle come with hormonal changes in the body, which can disrupt their quality of sleep. This is why it is suggested that women need more sleep than men on average. Well, the next question might be how much more sleep? On average, women need an additional 20 minutes of sleep than men. Like I said, this number may change as more research studies are done, but for now, it looks like just an extra 20 minutes could be crucial for us. Now, I challenge you to create your own bedtime ritual to help you get a better night's sleep so your body is feeling more refreshed and better equipped to take on what life throws at you. Try your bedtime routine for just 3 weeks and compare how you feel during the day and the quality of sleep you have at night with the routine in place versus without. Maybe your routine will help you achieve optimal sleep. Who can create the best bedtime routine? Let's see. Share your routine with us in the comments below or on social media and tag me at AnyaBella1 on Instagram or at AnyaBella29 on TikTok. I'm so excited to see what you guys come up with. Any sleepy girls listening to this, did this resonate with you? Because, yeah, same. The good news is we can start our journeys together now to better sleep. Sleep is more than resting our eyes, it's the foundation for balance in our bodies. As we've learned today, missing out on quality sleep can throw off our hormones, affecting everything from energy and mood to hunger and skin health. The connection between our lifestyle, our choices, and our hormonal health is powerful, and it starts with the simple act of giving our bodies the rest they deserve. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness and making small intentional changes that add up over time. Interested in learning more about different sleep disorders or what my bedtime routine looks like? Let me know in the comments or my email address at contactbellawithin@gmail.com. If this episode taught you something and you want to learn more, you can support me by following and subscribing to this channel and sharing this episode with someone who struggles with sleeping. As always, remain Bella within.